But we must talk about, Colombia against Portugal. It was a game that finished 0-0, but it was certainly a very entertaining draw. That concluded the group. It was enough to see Colombia beat Portugal to top spot, and that's how things finished there. Cristiano Ronaldo playing every single minute so far in the World Cup as it stands. So let's get to this game and everything that we made of it. And let's get to the fact that it was a very entertaining 0-0, wasn't it?
It was. As 0-0 goes, this was a really good game. And in the first half, there was a period of time to end the first half. It was about 15, 20 minutes to go in the first half, in which this game just went crazy. It was back and forth and back and forth. And towards the second half, what was noticeable to me is that there was one team trying to win the game and the other team just kind of hanging on and hoping to get a counterattack. And Colombia, the team that did not need to win this match to finish first in the group, they were the ones trying to win the game. Whereas Portugal were just kind of absorbing pressure, and hopefully, Rafael Leao with a counterattack and his speed coming off the bench would have made a difference. It was underwhelming from Portugal in terms of their approach in the second half. I was really, really impressed with Colombia throughout the course of the match. And I saw performances from Colombia that I think are going to be really important for them going forward in this competition. I thought James Rodriguez, for the 75 minutes that he played, he was really good. There were other performances individually for Colombia that were outstanding, but the one guy that you needed to be outstanding, which was Luis Diaz, was not quite so. If they put all of that together, Colombia may be a scary team in the knockout stage. As for Portugal, underwhelming. I was not impressed by their approach in the second half. I was not impressed with how they played the second half and their lack of intent going forward, their lack of dynamic movement going forward. I was expecting more for Portugal, but maybe this is who they are.
Is this who Portugal are then?
Yeah, recently they've been really boring to watch, to be honest, and it's been a shame because they have such quality players, and obviously Ronaldo, even though he did score those 2 goals, he still didn't perform to the quality that he is and the leader that they need. And I think Colombia, they've been my dark horse throughout this tournament so far. I think they've been impressive on the transition moments. They've been super dangerous, despite the fact that they don't really have this young forward star that they might need in order to continue through these knockout rounds. But they had passing patterns throughout the match that were super impressive and made Portugal look absolutely silly. So I'm extremely excited to see Colombia through these knockout rounds. I think they can go really far throughout.
So what's wrong with Portugal, Shaq?
Well, I'll be honest. I'm listening to this and I'm thinking this is a little bit harsh. First of all, I thought it was a great game of football. Try explaining to someone who doesn't understand this game that a 0-0 can be this good a game.
Just not when it's England-Ghana.
Well.
But what is really?
Well, but I thought at times Portugal played well. I thought they were good possession, good spells of play. João Felix, who I thought was pretty good through the game, but had some gilt-edged opportunities that really should have done better. And I felt that Portugal's finishing let them down in so many ways. But a lot of their link-up play, including Ronaldo having to drop off deep and get involved in certain combination, I thought was encouraging from a Portugal perspective. Again, I think in front of goal where it absolutely mattered, that's where things came unstuck for them. The other side of that coin, though, was Colombia, who I thought played a high-tempo game that I'd not seen from anybody else so far this tournament, and is worrying for everybody else in this tournament if they can continue to play with that kind of tempo for 90 or 120 minutes or whatever it takes. There aren't many teams that can match them in this tournament, match them for pace, for tempo. There are teams with more quality, but I'm not sure who can match them for just the general drive that you saw from them from beginning to end, which I thought was just simply relentless.
See, here's the thing, Shaq. I understand that on the balance of the match, it's not like Portugal were poor, but they needed to win the game in order to finish first in the group. And I didn't see that approach nor that hunger from Portugal. I saw it from Colombia. I didn't see it from Portugal. And I want to see the world-class players that Portugal has on the field, say, for example, Vitinha, then take control of a game, so that it's not a back and forth, so that Portugal is in full control of possession. You cannot tell me, based on what we saw yesterday, that Vitinha is any better than Puerta for Colombia. A young kid that is just getting all over the field, all around the field, getting tackles in, keeping possession for Colombia, setting the tempo and the rhythm for Colombia. And so if you put them together based on what we saw yesterday, give me Puerta, even though Vitinha is a world-class player. I want to see world-class performances from world-class players. That's what Colombia saw, or that's what we saw from Colombia, and we did not see enough from Portugal.
You just saw Portugal's path there and how it looks for them. Croatia up next, and it could be Spain after that if Spain can beat Austria. As for Colombia, this is how things are looking for them when it comes to the bracket right now. It's Ghana next for them over on the same side of the bracket against Switzerland and Algeria. From what you've seen then, Krieger, you obviously like what you've seen from Colombia. Is this a game they can win against Ghana?
You know, it is going to be difficult. Obviously, Ghana has a lot of talent as well. They have, defensive discipline, and they're organized, and they can get you on the counter, and obviously finish in clinical situations. So we'll see. But I do think Colombia, because of the quality, because of the urgency and the resiliency that they showed, even last night, I thought they were brilliant, and I'm really looking forward to seeing more of that. And I think they can have this game in hand.